Hey friends. I know it's been a while since we've seen each other, and I'm gonna kind of talk about why. This video is not much. It just shows some of the work I've been doing recently, some of my life recently, and it emphasizes some of the magic that I do in my day-to-day. Some things that I wanted to share with you all. And I think the reason it took me so long to say anything is because I didn't know what to say. You know, a lot of people look up to me. Hi, Stinky. Zoom out so you guys can see. I know a lot of people are probably looking to me at this moment and to kind of for what to do next. And I'm here to kind of tell you, I don't know. I have ideas, but like, I don't know what to do next. I think we're in times where everyone is gonna play a different role and everyone is gonna show up for each other in different ways. And I think what I have to say that is the most profound are some channeled things from my ancestor, but also a dream I had from my ancestor, some things that I've been using. And of course, my most potent advice for right now is to start finding the people who have been doing this work, doing activism work for a lot longer than us, for a lot longer than me, and allow yourself to be organized. I posted a list of Denver resources very recently that's pinned to my profile of places that you can volunteer at, you can donate. Some lessons from my great-great-grandma, Carolina, who threw her frame off my shelf and insisted to be put in my office, and it has since gotten very loud and very noisy. An urge, and this is how I'm teaching, I think now, how I want to share knowledge is by sharing stories, sharing things, sharing ways. Not telling you to do it the right way. There's no right way, but just sharing. I moved her into my office and, you know, she immediately got the urge to clean. She's a very clean lady. She's a very difficult woman. My difficult woman. I love her very deeply. Just sort of go psh, as I said that. But I immediately moved her into the office and got my urge to clean, and I'm sitting here going, I have work to do, I have stuff to do, I have homework to do, and all I hear is, well, how are you supposed to focus if it's dirty? And I think that knowledge, apart from being about like cleanliness and like cleaning up spaces and keeping your space clean so you can focus, is also about like, how are you supposed to get anything done if you can't tend to your home, your hearth, yourself, the people around you? You are the first altar. You are the first vessel for your ancestors. And in order to connect with them, you have to clean up your space. Clean up your head, clean up your body, clean up your mind. And this doesn't mean like, you can't be mentally, like that's not what I'm saying. Don't take it that way, please. And I'm also gonna be clear, that's not what I'm saying. It very much is about like, you gotta tend to the space that you're in and yourself, the space, as a space first, before you can get the work done. The other thing she told me was a dream. I had a dream of two siblings, an older sister and a younger brother. And the younger brother was getting bullied at school, and the older sister was told that she had to take care of it. She had to do everything. She had to stop them from doing that. And she did. She tried. She tried to continue to show up for the younger brother and stop it when she saw it, but she was also in school in one person. It was very difficult for her to do so. And in the dream, there was a point where the parents realize that the little brother is still getting bullied, and go to the sister, and the sister breaks down crying. She's like, I don't understand why this is just my job. I don't understand why this is the only thing. Like, why am I the only person? There are other people around. You're around. You can help stop this. And I've tried my best, but they won't do anything. I'm one person. it was such an interesting dream because usually I dream of myself or people around me or vague things, but in this one I dreamed of two people completely separate from myself, like a story. That's how I know when the dreams are different like that. When I woke up, I had this very profound feeling that, oh, I'm not supposed to do what I'm doing right now alone. Change isn't putting the weight of the world on your shoulders alone to change everything doesn't help anyone. It puts you into the position of the savior or the martyr because you have to put it all on your shoulders and do it all yourself. Or you are thrust in that position and unable to ask for help. But truthfully, no change happens when one person decides that it is their cross to bear and they have to do it alone. Other things that I've been working with recently, a lot of herbal remedies, rosemary, schisandra. This is made by Wise Moon Wellness, and I've been taking it a lot. I got it from the Alchemy Ritual Goods. And of course my normal things like my overpacked charm bundle. Yeah. You're gonna see a bit more, I will say, before the end of this video because I am filming this later. You'll see some workings that I may not explain. You'll see me working with some cemetery spirits. You'll also see me talk about how something flew off the wall at work and I thought it was my ancestor. I was wrong on that front. It was not, and I don't believe it was Carolina or one of my ancestors doing that. I do think it was a separate entity that then Carolina, or my other ancestor I work closely with, kind of stepped in and helped me soothe that spirit and protect that space. Other things of note, folk magic is for hard times. If you want to begin anything right now, ancestral magic, ancestral folk magic, now is the time. Now is the time to get into it. Get to your roots, tend to them, love them, because honestly, folk magic has always existed in the hands of the oppressed by the oppressors. No, folk magic has always existed to fight back against oppressors. What we need right now are people who will continue to integrate and synthesize this and move forward. And I think I'm proud to be living folk magic. What do you think? I am proud that you support me, and I am proud to hold space and share the things I know that may help us. So you'll see some things in here with explanations, folk protection spell, some oils, other things that I've been working with. Just little tips and tricks from this week, because I feel like I've been very heightened this week and I want to pass these things that I've learned or have been given to me onto you. So just remember, folk magic is for hard times. And please enjoy the rest of my video. Don't mind my hair. I took a shower this morning. I'm looking more Leonardo DiCaprio. Young Leonardo DiCaprio. I almost went Da Vinci? No. These days. And I think that's okay. So yeah, I have lots of videos coming up, but I wanted to start with this one. And yeah, thank you for watching. to start. I'm getting ready to head to Ritual Craft for my reading shift. Some things that I like to wear when I do reading. I like to take a little bit of Curse Breaker and put it in the back of my neck. Our Lady Untire. And the pulse points. Attract Abundance. Also on the pulse points. I like to use a little of this Soul Sun Ritual Oil from Kitchen Toad. Some Crown of Success. And usually I top it off with either Oil of the Matriarchs, which I'm not using today, or St. Anthony's Finding Oil. Then my hands are oily, so I can't get my Rescue Remedy open. So we're just gonna take that with us. I do have some rosemary that I've been working with. We're using a little of this rose spray on my head. And then some of this Magnetism Water by the Death Witch. Packing this Rue water too. To finish it off, I'm gonna do a spritz of this perfume that I made in Salem with Phoenix Bramble. Then I gotta quick put the lunch together. And then later today, I'll be going to the cemetery to make some offerings, to grab some stuff. So I need to make sure I have coins. Okay, so I am at Ritual Craft. I'm reading. Usually there's a clock on the wall here. The clock fell off and broke the giant crystal that usually sits here, and that happened twice. 2 times that happened. So I immediately was like, okay, I'm removing this clock from the room, 1. And I originally was gonna do some camphor, but then I kind of felt like I was pulled to a mixture of frankincense and rose petals, which is in here. That I'm just kind of leaving on the altar. I've never had that happen before. Never had that happen, but I think it's a great time to talk about like what to do when things like that happens. The reader room is definitely a very spiritually potent place. There's a lot of readers that come in here. There's a lot of people that come in here. So just kind of the frankincense and rose to give it a little cleanse. I gave some water on the altar as well because I pulled 2 cards asking if it was enough, and I got 8 of Wands reversed and Page of Wands, which this kind of to me feels like not enough movement, take more. So I pulled another card and got Queen of Cups reversed. And so cups represent water, and I kind of had an inkling that that was what was wanted. But anyways, that was like crazy. I literally went out and I was like, what the fuck? And my immediate reaction was like, who the fuck is pissed at me? Or who's pissed? And it may just be that the room hasn't been cleansed in a really long time and so many energies are going through and there's so many people, or it can be my one singular ancestor that's been so noisy recently. Because I'm carrying something that she asked me to this morning, which is my St. Anthony Rosary. And I think this is also a really great opportunity because this vlog is called Folk Magic is for Hard Times. I'm noticing as I get back into my practice, these connections and these people that guide me have been more vocal, more loud, which I'm not usually used to. This ancestor in particular hasn't talked to me at all. Like I had to go see a medium to talk to her. She only started talking to me recently, and that was when she threw herself off of the top of my bookshelf, broke her frame, and then I moved her to the office. She was like, I won't be, and then she's just been loud since then. I think she was upset with her placement. And upset that I didn't buy her a new frame, so she broke her frame into like 4 pieces. I got rid of the frame. Now it's just a plain picture of her with a rosary. I gave her some perfume. I'm wearing it today, which is why I'm wondering if maybe it's her. She's also definitely one of my ancestral team that's really, really picky and really vocal. Like I hear her very consistently, really consistently. Now that she's in my office, and it's kind of like she's constantly with me, and it almost felt like she had been waiting for me to do certain things before she was constantly with me. So I'm curious if the clock falling off, because in the past she's like thrown herself off bookshelves, she's knocked other people over, she's knocked me over, she's knocked herself over. So she's definitely the most physical of my ancestors. Just saw a tumbleweed go by. She's the most physical of my ancestors, and that's why I'm kind of curious if it's her, because I've never had this happen before, and she's been more present with me recently. And she also has a hatred for like non-cleanliness. This altar hasn't been cleansed. I don't think this room has been cleansed, so she may have been giving me an excuse to like vacuum up the dirt in the reader room and cleanse the space, which is wild, but like something she would do. Something she would do. We don't have any other appointments so far today. And I removed the clock from the room, so hopefully it's not going to happen again, which is totally fine. But this was just such a strange thing. So anyways, I also picked up this, which is a worked St. Lucie card that Mountain Conjure made for me, which I'm very excited for, and the working I'm doing with this, which I will not be posting. So other than that, yeah, I guess go back to work and read tarot. Things I'm working with today: Commune, which I'm almost out of. This Florida water that was made and given to me by a friend. Trying to find tarot. Living Thread Tarot. And I'm just doing some Patreon work. I'm very behind, which my Patreon members know. But I just posted some information about our sale for this week, where you get 15% off on your first month or year when you pledge this week. The Rosa tier is $6 a month. So you get to save about 90 cents on the first month, $10 on the first month, but literally if you pledge yearly to the highest tier, you're saving like $100. And I'm only running it from till the 30th, so this is your chance to grab that. I actually have to post on YouTube as well, so whenever I am kind of busy, this is what I work on. Just finished up reading at Ritual Craft. Now we're gonna drive maybe a couple minutes to the cemetery, pick up some dirt for an oil. It's just around the corner. I actually left early because I want to get there, and I need to get there before they close. Can't film our interactions, but he is over here, and that is at his request, and I'll talk a little bit about what I'm doing, and of course I'm bringing him orders. So I just got the dirt because I was planning to discontinue this oil that I'm making, but people have requested for me to continue it. So I got the dirt. The contract we had when I was like actively working with him was every 7 weeks. I have to go home and divine with the dirt to confirm what he wants next time. Because usually I leave it, I pay for the dirt, I take the dirt home, and then for him to continue to work with things, he needs more payment. And that's kind of the contract that we've just kept for the longest time. But I'm gonna go home and I work with the spirit of the dirt, but I collect the dirt from around a specific statue. So I have to go home and kind of connect with the dirt and see what the spirit wants, and go from there. And now I'm gonna drive home because I'm cold. Also, if you want more information on my relationship with the spirit, cemetery etiquette, and working with cemetery spirits, why I'm doing this, how to do it, etc., feel free to join my Patreon at the Rosa or Ruda tier, or any of the tiers, and receive access to a Patreon only spell walkthrough ritual every month. So I just got home from the cemetery. Just real quick, since I spent all day at work, I am gonna do a ritual cleanse that I very recently learned from my teacher, and I just kind of feel very much like it worked really well for me. So I'm gonna do it again now. And I gotta use this little Rosicrucian, rose and sandalwood. And I gotta light it, and I gotta cover myself with the veil and just fumigate. Just to make sure that there is nothing on me, nothing attached to me. Then we just trap the smoke. This shit hurts so bad. So you just kind of take this. You make like a tent. That should be enough. Post fumigation Frankie. That's just to make sure. I think my teacher said something along the lines of like, make sure there are no evil spirits in your hair. Plus it cleanses my veil, gets all this out. And then tonight I'm going to work with that spirit, and you guys will see a little bit of that later. I look like a crazy person today because of my hair. It is Tuesday today. Yeah. And yesterday, Olivia and I hung out. We went up to Boulder. I had to go through some of her stuff that she's getting rid of. Got a Professor Porterfield book. I love Professor Porterfield. This cigar box. And a lot of clothes. So many clothes. She gave me this honey pot candle that I'm trying to remember. And I also have a skull candle from the same person. I'm going to ask her to let me know in this little offering tin cup. The shirt that I'm wearing too. And we went to Rebecca's Apothecary. I got some hair oil, which I attempted to use last night after my shower. And I think that's why I look like this. It's why I look like this today. Yeah. And I also like slept on my hair, so I made bad decisions. I got some more Schisandra tincture. And then, yeah, I'm like fluffy as I'm not even doing anything, so I'm not gonna put a veil on. I'm like lazy. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I basically spent the whole weekend with my partner. So there just wasn't a lot of folk magic happening, but it was his birthday and I got a friend to come out to see him. So yesterday was my first day kind of like not doing that and chilling the out. And now I'm gonna go through, I also got some bats, which you'll see in a moment from Olivia. I got 2 books, the Serviceberry and a new Kingfisher book, horror book. What is this? Like, why is it all poofy right there? Maybe I do need a head covering today. I'm just like greasy. I showered last night. It's because I put oil in my hair after. Dumb bitch hours. Went to Lush. I did some shampoo. Got a massage bar. Got some books. We got some coffee. Today I am getting some cleaning done and also deciding and figuring out if I want to start teaching classes again at Ritual Craft. I haven't taught there before, but I've taught in the past. Ritual Craft classes, and I have to figure out what spell consults are gonna look like. And then I gotta do some Patreon work. I'm doing my weekly collective readings for them. I just ran promotion. If enough people have, the video was supposed to come out before the promotion was over. It didn't, because it's Mercury retrograde, of course. So if people want me to reactivate the promotion and the discount code, you feel like you'll use it, is 15% off your first month or your first year, I will do that for you guys. But for right now, I'm gonna listen to some music and get some stuff, some flowers bound up to hang up in my living room.